everyone. Lisa Haven here. Well, happy early Thanksgiving to each and every single one of you. I hope that you get to spend it with your friends, your family members, and your loved ones this holiday season. But with that, try to focus on something that you are thankful for this Thanksgiving Day. And I know there may not be a whole lot considering the destruction that the Democratic Party and the Biden administration have caused on us all. I mean, we have the supply chain crisis, the mandate crisis, the overreaching of our U.S. government, the economic crisis, and the whole 9 yards. But try to find that one thing that you can still be thankful for. But on that note, on top of all the destruction that the Democratic Party is already doing, they are literally now trying to ruin, destroy, and cancel our Thanksgiving holiday. You know, just like they do with everything else. I mean, they're a cancel mob, and they're literally trying to rewrite our holidays. In fact, in today's report, I'm going to show you 8 different times that they tried to cancel Thanksgiving via mainstream media articles or leftist newsprints or Democrats in general. And your jaw is actually going to hit the floor because a majority of them are actually saying that if you celebrate Thanksgiving, remember that it's all about genocidal white people. I mean, really? No joke. Let me take you to this first clip here. I want to open up with this. This is MSNBC. And on MSNBC, I'm going to play the clip for you, but a guest comes on and says, there's a myth about Thanksgiving. And this myth is, well, it's all about genocidal white people. Take a listen to this clip.
But I'm still trying to figure out what indigenous people received of value. Instead of bringing stuffing and biscuits, those settlers brought genocide and violence. That genocide and violence is still on the menu as state-sponsored violence against Native and Black Americans is commonplace, and violent private white supremacy is celebrated and subsidized. From Stonechild Chief Stick to Mike Brown to Renee Davis to Breonna Taylor to Eric Gardner, indigenous and Black people are still being murdered by those paid to protect us. From Ahmaud Arbery to Trayvon Martin, white Americans are still killing Native and Black Americans with no fear of reprisal.
I think I've had enough of that guy. That's number one. That's just number one. But we literally have them saying, instead of bringing stuffing and biscuits, settlers brought genocide and violence. I mean, I remember Thanksgiving when we had both sides of the fence, the Pilgrims and the Indians, come together, right, in Thanksgiving. But hey, let's just make this a whole race-based issue like they always do. But MSNBC isn't the only one. Let me take you to greenmatters.com. Now, this is a journalist that it fights for economic and social justice. But here it is. Thanksgiving glorifies abhorrent colonization of indigenous people. The article goes on to state, not only is Thanksgiving offensive to indigenous people, but it glorifies colonialism, slavery, and even epidemics. Many Americans who celebrate Thanksgiving have no idea just how cruel the holiday's origins are, while those who do may choose to either boycott the holiday or just use it as an excuse to express gratitude, gather with family, and eat comfort foods. I mean, really? That's number 2. Here's a third article, and this one's on, well, the Philadelphia Tribune. And here it is. Celebrating Thanksgiving is celebrating racist genocide. Now you celebrate racist genocide. Here's the fourth one here. USAtoday.com. What is Thanksgiving to indigenous people? A day of mourning. No joke. Number 5 here, the Washington Post. This tribe helped the Pilgrims survive for their first Thanksgiving, and they still regret it 400 years later. Wow. Regret it 400 years later. And then the Wall Street Journal actually had to publish an article on this where they said, or they defended themselves and said, hey, I know that we're getting canceled and Thanksgiving is getting canceled and all, but we're still going to, pay our tributes to the holiday. Here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lost what number I was on. Here's number 6 right here, right? Wall Street Journal, censoring the Pilgrims. The left wants to cancel the Wall Street Journal's annual Thanksgiving editorials. And it goes on to make the statement, no doubt it was only a matter of time. The progressive have come to our annual Thanksgiving editorials. They won't succeed, but we thought we'd share the tale with readers for an insight into the politicization of everything, even Thanksgiving. Number 6. Number 7. Now, this isn't about genocide, but it's also very important. NBC suggests not having Thanksgiving turkey this year to deal with inflation costs. Forget about the turkey because of Joe Biden's inflation. But here's what she has to say. Take a listen.
And while we are on the topic of something that could be controversial, perhaps forego the turkey. Bear with me.
Ooh.
I know that is the staple of the Thanksgiving meal. However, some people think turkey is overrated, and so it tends to be the most expensive thing on the table. Maybe you do an Italian feast instead. And I will say this. If you tell everyone you're having a Thanksgiving without turkey, some guests may drop off the list, and that's a way to cut costs too.
Wow, let's just drop our families and friends off the list of this Thanksgiving and forego the turkey. That was number 7. Number 8, the final one here is this one, and this is on the New York Times. Can COVID winter be merry and bright? We asked the experts, and hidden within this article, I had to scroll through it to find it, but here's what it says. And this is talking about the Thanksgiving season, and this is one of the girls that is, or one of the people that's responding, excuse me. I'm glad to hear that that children and guests are vaccinated, as the kids will not be fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after their shot. I think some care is warranted, especially because some attendees are 65 and older and thus at greater risk of more serious breakthrough infections. You could have the kids wear masks, eat quickly, or stay away from the older adults when eating. So have the kids eat really, really quickly and send them out the door. Happy Thanksgiving. Anyhow, it's just disgusting. I wanted to bring that to your attention. I thought it would be great considering this Thanksgiving holiday, how the radical left and the Democratic Party are still trying to hit at every angle that they can to cancel our holiday, just like they're canceling our statues, just like they're canceling what our kids are being taught in schools, just like they're canceling our comedy acts, our comedians, and now it's really hit even our holidays. You see, the entire goal of the Communist Party is to rewrite all of history. That is why Thanksgiving is so important, because the communists knew that in order to dumb down a population and get them to accept communism, you had to rewrite history, to make them think that their country's not founded on great principles, to make them think that there is no hope, there was no history past. And that's why they want to scrub everything in the name of slavery or whatever label they want to give us. We still need to keep in mind that that is our history, and never at any time should it be erased, but they are erasing it and rewriting it. So we're more pliable as a country, and we head 90 miles an hour into straight up communism. These are the same tactics used by communist and fascist dictators in history's past to get countries to comply. Don't let it happen here in the United States of America. Anyhow, please don't forget to check out my partner at preparewithlisa.com. My Patriots Food Supply has been preparing for these shortages, and they've got plenty supplies on hand. And right now you can get the 3-month emergency food supply kit for $100 off. They're still giving you an amazing deal on that. They've also got a 4-week food supply, but I would highly recommend the 3-month emergency food supply kit, especially in light of all our shelves being cleared. I have food storage. I am a big supporter on that, and you really need to take advantage of that, especially with the supply chain crisis. Go to preparewithlisa.com and take advantage of the special offer and take advantage of, getting that food storage. And you can only get it at preparewithlisa.com. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.